Let me ask you something. Are you the strong friend? You know, the one everybody turns to, the rock in every single crisis, the person who just always seems to have it all together? It's a role a lot of us play, and we play it with pride. But what if that fortress of strength you built is, well, what if it's actually a trap? That's what we're going to dive into today. The hidden and honestly the often lonely side of being radically self-reliant.
Just let that sink in for a second. Everyone leans on you, but you lean on no one. Wow, does that hit home? For so many people, this isn't just a saying, it's the quiet reality of their life. You're the pillar for absolutely everyone else, but when you look around, there's no pillar for you.
So I really want you to think about that. Does this whole idea just feel familiar? Maybe it's not you, personally, but I bet you know this person. It could be a parent, a partner, a close friend, the one who will never, ever ask for help, no matter how much they're obviously struggling. That feeling right there? That's exactly what we're digging in. And you know, this gets to a really crucial distinction we have to make. We're all taught that independence is a good thing, a virtue. And it is. Of course it is. But there's a line, a really important one. See, healthy independence is about being capable, but it's also about knowing how to build bridges to other people when you need support. Hyper-independence, on the other hand, well, that builds walls. It's about refusing help at all costs.
Okay, so let's put a name to it. The official term is hyper-independence, but I want you to pay really close attention to that last part of the definition. A learned defense mechanism. This is everything. It is so important to understand this. This isn't a character flaw. It's not about being arrogant or stubborn. It's a shield that was created a long time ago for one single reason, to stay safe.
So if it's a shield, this armor, where does it come from? To really understand why someone might refuse all help today as an adult, we've got to go back. We have to look at the environment where they first learned about trust and what it means to rely on someone. Because this behavior isn't some simple choice they're making. It's a survival strategy that's been wired in for years.
And here it is. This is the core wound. The simple, painful truth that forges that armor. Just try to imagine being a child and learning again and again that depending on the people who are supposed to care for you only leads to disappointment or chaos or even danger. You'd learn a lesson, right? And you learn it fast. The only person you can truly 100% count on is yourself.
You can almost see how this armor gets built piece by piece. It all starts with a world that just feels unsafe or unreliable. That world teaches a really painful lesson. Depending on other people gets you hurt. For a little kid, what's the only logical response? You go into survival mode. You decide to rely on no one but yourself. And over years and years, that survival tactic, it doesn't just fade away. It gets baked into your identity. It becomes who you are.
But here's the tragic irony of it all. The very armor that kept you safe when you were a child, it can become a prison when you're an adult. The strategy that once guaranteed your survival now leads you straight into isolation. It blocks you from the very connection and support that we all as humans desperately need to thrive.
So what does this look like in your day-to-day life? Well, it looks like automatically saying, no, I'm good, every time someone offers to help. It looks like truly believing that being vulnerable is the same as being weak. It's that secret, crushing feeling of being completely overwhelmed while you're putting on a brave face for the world. It's that little voice in your head that says, if I don't do it myself, it won't get done right. It's pushing people away the second they get too close. And that brings us right back around to this fundamental truth, doesn't it? It's not just that you're independent, you're isolated. And you're isolated behind walls. But those walls weren't built for fun. They were built for a very specific purpose. To make absolutely sure that you can't be hurt like that again. The independence is the wall. And the isolation, well, that's the price you pay for it. So let's just end with this. It's not a neat and tidy answer, but it is a question worth sitting with. If any of this felt even a little bit familiar, please know that the challenge isn't to be stronger. You are already unbelievably strong. The real work, the real challenge, might be to completely redefine what strength even means. What if true strength isn't found in the height of the walls we build, but in the quiet courage it takes to finally open the gate and let someone in?